How are you on this absolutely fantastic day? Welcome, I'm Laku, and today it's time to start a build series for 2018. And today, yes, we're gonna start with the Orc Colony build. Quite a many people have asked me to do that. Amongst other build videos, yes, they are coming as soon as I have time to do them. Please be patient for a while. And before starting, you can just as easy used in hell colonies or even seasonal colonies if you are struggling with those. So it's not only for all colonies, it's every other colony except for the earth colonies, the basic colonies. Okay, so let's go through the build really quick. Then let's do a battle, let's look at the results, and maybe talk little about the items after that. Is that good for you? No! Yes, perfect, I don't hear any objections. Come on! So this is the template I have built for all colonies in my mind, and just before I started to record this actual video, I beat the last hell colony. This is my secondary account. I beat the last hell colony. I still have quite a few left with this exact account. It was quite easy. It took a little while, but it was quite easy to beat it at this level. So Orc colonies are quite different in terms of battling than the Earth colonies you go and take out first, because you are constantly being attacked by catapults, by archers, and so on. Yes. So in order to beat those, you will need to find the perfect balance between offense and defense. Okay. Now this is the build that I am using, that I have found the balance. But let's first start going to maximum defense, because I think that's a great place to start. Go to maximum defense. And for that you will want treasures. I have the web here, a great treasure for colonies, and the bottomless red potion to boost HP. Also, if you need more defense, you should take the unicorn shield and the broken shield to boost your defenses. This is a good place to start with. Then we have the shield castle here, plus 10% defense. Another great slot, because you can easily use one of your castle cannon slots to take the defense. And if you want, you can also take the forge here to boost your HP a little. And also we have the druid here. After the latest update, the ends will also boost your castle defense a little. So this is pretty much the ultimate defense build you can use against colonies. You can start building from this and then start replacing the defensive treasures to offensive treasures and defensive stuff to offensive stuff as much as you can to still be able to survive, because it will make the battles go a lot faster. Right. And I think 9 times out of 10 you should use the archer guild instead of the forge here. That's a really huge boost to your town archers, 30% damage. So let's do that. And here you start replacing the first one and then test if you can survive the wave colony battle. Sorry, if you can for the next one you can take out another defensive stuff and so on. But in my tests I have found that I can replace the 2 shields for now and still be quite comfortable beating some of the colonies. Hero wise, this is the basic template. I think you are pretty safe using. The first 3 rows are kind of the core, that's what I think, and the final row, these are pretty much optional heroes. You can switch out, you can try someone else if you don't like using them, or if you have leveled someone else. Like Golem Master, for example. If you haven't leveled him and you want to use someone else, you don't want to waste your gold on Golem Master, that's completely fine. You can take someone else. You can take Zeus if you have leveled him, maybe even Angels, or Flame Ogre, the Giants. A lot of options you can do. Same goes for the Necromancer. And the Druid, same explanation. He does increase your castle defense by plus 5%, and that's okay. But 5% is not that much, so if you can take someone else, if you haven't leveled the Druid and can take someone else a lot more offensive, you can go with that. If you have the legend, say you are battling the last Orc colonies, you should have quite a few legendary items by then. If you can have legendary items with +1 summoned unit for this guy, you can actually boost the castle defenses by 15% by having 3 ends on the battlefield.
3, I say.
depending if you have them or not. I don't have, this is quite a low level account, but I'm gonna use him still anyway, because I have first of all leveled him a little. Let's scroll through the levels, so they are recorded here forever. Somewhere between 500 and 1000. Dark Elf is a little higher to boost healing and MP recovery. So the Witch Trio, they are a really great asset in Colonies in all the colony battles. And these are basically the only summons you need if you don't want to use anyone else. You are fine with just the witches. And leveling them up to like maybe 5000, 6000 levels, that's completely fine, that's completely safe. And it's not a gold waste. They will also carry you through the waves up to like 50,000 or 100,000 waves or so. So they are a really great asset. And having the strongest one near the next to the Pure Wizard will reduce the cooldown of her summoning skills, passive and active summoning skills, by 1 second. So that's a great place. You could put another witch here next to the Pure Wizard as well, but I like to put the Bishop here just to reduce his cooldown a lot. And yes, Bishop to boost your heroes and your town archers. A really mana cheap hero, because if the battle goes on for a long time you might run out of MP. So in this build we have also a lot of guys who are not using a lot of MP. Bishop, Hunter, Druid, Golem Master and Necromancer as well. They are not gonna drain all your MP during the battle, so you can actually focus on casting the heavy damaging unit more. And yeah, the Hunter for the same reason, really mana effective and does a lot of damage. Huge help to your town archers or town cannons in this case to help you beat the castle. Dark Ranger, kind of optional if you have someone really high level, but you should level this guy anyway, so he's a really great asset in colony builds. And also her passive will boost the attack speed of Dark Elf when you place her in the middle, and this is really important to place the Dark Elf in the middle so that she will get the passive attack speed boost from both Hunter and Dark Ranger here. Because Dark Elf is one of your most important heroes basically in the whole game. You will need that sustainability, you will need that HP and MP recovery, and Dark Elf does a really huge job in that. And the other one is Smith. If you have high level enough, of course, the higher level castle you have, the more health you have, the more easier time you have to have surviving. If you have huge castle, you can go with Stos to also help with the MP recovery. But in our colonies, I think it's safer and easier to go with the Smith because he heals a lot more of your HP. Towers, there's nothing really special. I have only pretty much leveled the Thunder Tower, so that's pretty much the only one worth leveling. So pick what you have leveled, but Thunder Tower is my number one choice anyway. You should level up that one tower. Castle parts, I think. As said, the Sealed Castle is really great for the 10% shield increase, and Minigun is a great choice, and Lightning Castle is a really great choice. They are the highest levels on this account, so that's why I'm using them. If you have leveled something else, like the cannon, you could just switch out. No problem, it's okay. But I think Minigun and Lightning Castle are gonna help you in all game modes pretty much, so they are safe to level from the beginning, and that's why I'm also using them in this build. Great. Almost there. We are just about to enter the battle. Wait just a little longer, because we have only the leader left. Now, I use Thor. Why? Because my Lightning Castle is quite high leveled, and I use the Thunder Tower, so I use Thor to boost their damage a little. You can just as well use Edward. Not a bad choice for colonies, because you have, in this build especially, we have 5 different summon heroes, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to boost the summon unit's damage by 10%. If you have leveled him, I haven't even bought him, so I don't use him, but it's also as viable choice as Thor, in my opinion. Solar is also a viable if you have a lot of fire guys, like in here we have Dorothy and Alice, but we don't have more, only 2 fire guys, so Edward would be a better choice if you compare these two. And if you don't want to level any other leader but the 0, which is basically the number 1 leader, if you ask me, it's okay. You can do it with 0 as well. Don't worry, you will be able to beat them using 0. But I'm using Thor because of the reasons I just said. Perfect. Now we are done with the build, and now we can actually go and kill not the seasonal colonies, but the orc colonies. And if you can go with the 1x speed, that's probably a little easier, but I'm gonna try to go with the double speed to avoid making this video 1 hour long. I'm sure you appreciate it. So let's take 15,000, for example. Pretty much starts with casting everything you have, and mostly it's a spam. When there's a huge mob of enemies coming, I'm using the Necromancer, but I think I'm a little bit over leveled for this, so I might even not have needed this. And when your castle health drops around the castle text here, you will want to cast Smith to heal back to full health. And that's your that's your method when you're trying to figure out if you can beat the battle. You will have to see, like now, when my health drops back in here, we should have Smith back from cooldown to be able to heal back to full, and it's not quite there, but almost, so I think we are gonna be able to beat this wave, beat this castle, unless the battle prolongs for a lot. So as you can see, my MP is really low, even though we have just a few units that use a lot of MP, so if you could use those, that would help a little with the MP. But this was fine. We were able to beat the colony actually. And if the battle goes on for too long, you can stop using some of the most mana heavy heroes, like stop using Lisa, stop using maybe Dorothy, even Dark Ranger. Cast them when necessary only. Just let your MP recovery and your Dark Elf to do their job, to recover some of your MP. Buy some time. Just use the mana cheap heroes and so on. In this battle, my town castle cannons are the number 1 damage dealers. In the Hell Colony, the final Hell Colony battle with this build, they were somewhere around 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and they were quite equal to town cannons and the witches, so they were all pretty equal because the battle took a lot longer than this one. But yeah, the other guys not doing huge damage. Druid, for example, not huge damage. Even Dark Ranger is not doing huge damage in the battle. But still, I think this is a really viable build for beating those orc colonies. Okay, great, and a few words about items, hero items. What would you like to aim for to be able to beat the castles, beat the colonies a little bit easier? This is my low level account, so I don't really have any great items. If I had, I could probably take on a lot higher level colonies than I currently can, but I'm quite satisfied with the progress anyway. What would you really like to get is double cooldown items for your pure wizard. Any kind of cooldown items for first, but then aim for double cooldown, because this is your most important hero pretty much. So you will want as low cooldown for this guy as possible. And another cooldown hero, Smith, especially for the orc colonies. The more cooldown you have on this guy, because this guy's cooldown is really long. So if you have double cooldown hammer and double cooldown accessory, which I do not have, you can take on a lot stronger colonies, because you will be able to heal more often. So that's a really important thing for you to aim for. Cooldown for Smith and for pure wizard, of course. For Dark Elf, same thing. You want as much healing as possible. So for this guy you will want legendary items with +1 arrow. They're might be quite hard to get, but if you're battling through the last colonies, you should probably have a few legendary items. So maybe you have stumbled across one or two of those. Once you can get +1 arrow for both items, you will find out you will not really have any troubles with MP anymore, and not so much troubles with HP either, so that's really important thing. The witches are for offense. If you can get items with +1 summon unit, that's the best. Otherwise, just go for elemental damage or fire damage for Dorothy and Alice. And cooldown is also a really viable choice if you can't get those. But damage, they are offensive dudes. Bishop is also for cooldown, double cooldowns here as well. Same for Necromancer. Golem Master, take damage or whatever you can get. +1 summon unit, okay, for accessory. And for Druid, as said, if you can get those +1 summon unit items, the Druid becomes a really viable choice because of the defense boost for having 3 ends. That's a long video, a lot of information to process. I hope you had time to go through all this, and I hope you were able to learn even one thing about Colonies. That would make my day. So please, if you learned anything, leave a comment below and hit the thumbs up button. That would mean a really huge thing for me. Thank you in advance. If you have any questions, feel free to also ask them in the comments. I'm happy to answer, as always. So thanks for watching. It was a pleasure doing another build video for you. I really hope it helps you guys. And I'm gonna see you next time in the next video. Until then, thank you, take care, and goodbye! Finger!